You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, General Hospital fans, I want to talk about a possible romantic conundrum on the ABC soap opera. We have Jason Morgan back with no love in his life yet. Elizabeth Weber is fresh from a breakup with Finn, who has left the show now. And Lucky Spencer is coming back soon. So is Liz's love life about to get a lot more interesting? Let's dive in, but please subscribe if you're not already following us. And I'll apologize in advance if you hear a little bit of background noise. I am podcasting from the road. I'm on the West Coast, so I'm not in my studio today. So there is a little ambient sound. All right. So I know some of you really liked Finn with Liz. I did not. And I know many of you did not. I was definitely of a like mind with those people on soap social media who run with the Free Liz hashtag. I really enjoyed Finn with Alexis and also with Tracy, but I just never felt anything there with Elizabeth and Dr. Hammy Finn. And I did predict a while back, I leaked that Finn was leaving, and now Michael Easton is confirmed out. He is done. He is gone. I was glad to see they didn't saddle Liz with a third addict in her life for too long. I doubt Finn will be back, at least not for a while. I suspect we're going to be told something happened off screen and he decided to stay in rehab longer, died or something, or takes off for parts unknown to do medical research, something like that. Doesn't matter how. Either way, Liz is single as a Pringle, and she's got a couple of guys that she might want to mingle with. First up, of course, is Jason Morgan. So it's interesting to note that when Steve Burton was rehired as Stone Cold, that there was one return plot written that leaked, and then they fired the writers and altered it. So the initial storyline that leaked said Jason was shot, and he went to Liz looking for medical attention, which makes all kinds of sense. And that was when he first encountered Jake Weber, his son, again. But then they hired new writers and they altered the comeback storyline reportedly and had Jason run to Carly instead. And then they justified it by saying she had been in nursing school for a minute. She was in like the GH nurses program. I don't even know how much she knows, but it's what they did. It's been kind of strange to me how these writers have been all over the place with Jason's return plot. And for me, they haven't done a lot that's satisfying. It looked like they were going to do a Carly Jason romance, and then Laura Wright and Steve Burton said it's a friend zone thing. And that kind of echoed what we're seeing on the soap. Zero romantic interaction or interest between Carly and Jason since his return. And in Burton's return announcement video, he was between Laura Wright and Kelly Monaco, and he's got no romance simmering with either of their characters. Sam is happy with Dante Falconeri. I don't see that changing. So Burton's been doing this FBI thing, covering Carly's butt and having no dates, kisses, or bedroom action since he came back, early March, April, May, June. Are we on like 4 full months now with not a whole lot? It seems like a total waste. Other than this FBI thing, we're not getting a lot of Jason. So we have had some enticing scenes between Liz and Jason recently, like when Jake called him to go check on Liz at Finn's place, and sure enough, Jason Morgan showed up and played hero for his baby mama, and she walked out with him while Finn was acting horribly. And they've also had a nice scene at her place when he stopped by to see Jake at Liz's house. Plus, remember, Liz is one of the few people in Port Charles that never believed he would have shot Dante. She was supportive of Jason from the get-go. She's like, no, he wouldn't have done that. She had faith in Jason when not a lot of people did. And she also welcomed him back warmly without judging him for his absence or demanding too much in the way of answers. That's all good groundwork. And, there remain a lot of fans that love the idea of Jason with Liz. I know some people don't. But now, thrown into the mix, we also have Lucky Spencer. Jonathan Jackson is reportedly back for a long run on GH, so we might get a glimpse of him during during July sweeps, but exactly what do they have in mind for Lucky when he's back? The only ex of his who's still alive and in Port Charles is Liz Weber. He did have a fling with Maxie and a fling with Sam, but nothing I consider of notable consequence. And either way, both of those ladies are happily with other men. Maxie is back on with the Jackal, and Sam's got her sweet, delicious Dante. So in terms of single ladies that are age appropriate for Lucky, there aren't a lot. Jordan Ashford is age appropriate for Lucky Spencer, and she's single. Ava Jerome's a little too old for him, but then again, she did the cougar thing with Morgan Corinthos, so never say never. And of course, Lois Cirillo would be a hot cougar pairing with Lucky, and she is single also. But I suspect that General Hospital brought Lucky back with Liz in mind. That's just my feeling. And the thing is, the vast majority of comments I've seen on Soap's social media seem to be adamantly against pairing Liz with Lucky again. One poll that I saw had 70% of people answering saying no thank you to Liz and Lucky. But then again, he has been gone so long that they could bring him back basically as Lucky in name only, and basically rewrite the past or write dialogue conveying a bunch of off-screen stuff that never really happened, like Lucky being in constant contact with his son Aiden and maybe also his legal son Jake. You know, they could say Lucky and Liz have remained in touch and are on good terms, etc. I feel like we're going to get some sort of massive rewrite to clean up the character who, and let's be honest, said some problematic things in the past. Like when he said some harsh things to his mother about her rape, you know, telling Laura maybe she needed that to feel important. That earned him a slap upside the head from his mama. And that was a well-deserved slap, in my opinion. But he was also upset at her because he'd been helping Liz through her rape ordeal and then found out that his mother married her rapist. That was when all of their messy couple history came out and Lucky finally learned it. So yeah, it was messy, soapy stuff back then. And I would enjoy, just in my opinion, Jason with Liz more so than Lucky with Liz. But I know a lot of you prefer it the other way, her with Lucky. But in the end, what I'd really like to see is Rebecca Herbst to have a front burner storyline all of her own, whether that's a romance with Jason Morgan or a romance with Lucky Spencer or a love triangle with Jason and Lucky. That would work too. I'm excited to see it. I'm not generally a fan of love triangles, but Liz has been given such poor material for so long that I would watch it. So what do you think? Drop your comments on who you hope to see Liz with and whether you love or hate the idea of two men fighting for her heart. Be sure and comment on who you want. Subscribe if you're not following us already, and definitely come back soon. We are here talking General Hospital 7 days a week with me, your host, Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.